Welcome back, people. We are back for another show, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Thank you for watching. And a little bit delayed on our show. We decided to do it on a Wednesday instead of Tuesday this week. Had some other obligations, things we had to take care of. I am Todd T. Riley.
I'm Scott Johnston.
And I'm Michelle Bench Novak.
And we are
the Sound Effects.
And, of course, we can't forget our man Doug behind the scenes over there. Thank you, Doug, for all you do. We
That's
appreciate
right,
you.
Doug.
Dougie rocks. So we've been working very, very hard lately to improve the show for you, as I know you can see with the backdrop we got going on here, and happy to say that we finally have Skype up and running, and tonight we have our very, very first Skype interview. We're also going to have some very cool videos for you later on in the show from his band, so you will not want to miss that.
And also, do not forget to vote on our social media poll on Facebook. And what it is this week, what live album from 1975-76 pushed the artist to stardom? Frampton Comes Alive or Kiss Alive. So we'll be discussing that a little bit later in our show. So make sure you get your votes in. And take it away from there.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to let Michelle introduce our guest.
You know what? I was laughing because I was looking at myself in this thing. And I just had that look of the deer in the headlights, you know? Because I can actually, there's a delay, folks, for those of you that don't know, on the Facebook live feed. So it actually has already happened while I'm watching it. I'm like, did I really look like that? It was just like this, you guys. It was just like, look, it was like, what was that, right? So we have a really special guest tonight. I'm really excited that he agreed to do it, and we've got some cool stuff that we're going to talk about with him. We've got Kenny.
And you talk about agreeing at last minute, too.
I know. So big kudos, big warm welcome to Kenny Wilkerson, the bass player and founding member of Nova Rex. Nice. He joins us right here on the Sound Effects Show via Skype, our guinea pig, our first guest doing this. So he gets like, Kenny, I bow to your flexibility and your extreme coolness.
Hey, I'm in for an experiment. Let's check it out. Let's see. Hey, listen, real quick. Frampton Comes Alive. That's all I'm saying.
Might as well. We were going to ask you.
No. What was the question again? It's like who had the biggest live album? What was it?
Yeah, which live album defined the band more? Frampton Live or Kiss Live?
That's it. Yeah, no, because Kiss had a bunch of albums. I think Frampton had the one and done. You know what I mean? That was huge. Who sold the most? Do you even know?
I'm not sure as far as who sold the most.
Right.
You just made his brain hurt. That made him do like math or something.
No, I can get it real quick. Hang on.
Yeah.
No, I can't jump stairs though and share the results with you as of yet. But we'll get there.
Cool.
We'll get there.
Hey, listen, I love your studio. It looks great.
Thanks, man.
Jealous. You guys look pro.
Appreciate you. Thank you very
whose
much.
Guitars are those now?
Those are mine.
Okay.
That's two of my 20.
No, I'm kidding.
2 of my 20.
They are his. You know, I'm really
are.
excited because this backdrop here makes me glow. So I'm really excited about that. I was like, oh, I'm glowing. Look at that.
Oh,
Makes me glow too.
Oh my gosh. You don't even know what I got to put up with, Kenny. You have no clue what it's like to be me here.
Yeah, you're outnumbered.
I know.
Totally.
I tell you, I'm the only chick, right?
Oh, man.
So Kenny, it is so cool to have you on the show, and there's so many things that we can talk about. So I thought we'd start off for those fans or those listeners of our show or viewers that may not be familiar with Nova Rex. So you guys have been around for a long time, and you're actually a founding member of the band. So I was wondering if you could share that with everybody.
Well, yeah, the band's been together since 1985. That's when it was formed. I've been in the band since day one, and that's 34 years for people. Well, I guess the Scott, right? Scott can't count that high. It's 34 years.
It's just one digit higher than what I'm used to.
Right. Yeah, can't count those on your fingers and toes, right?
That's
and
great.
Missing a couple.
Just been a long career. I mean, you know, we were in the trenches throughout the 80s and 90s. The grunge came in, kind of wiped us out, like a lot of bands from that time frame.
Oh yeah, that hurt the scene so much.
What happened, really, what got me kicked started again is in 2010 we did a documentary called Nova Rex, Ain't Easy Being Cheesy. I shot the thing in a weekend. It was more of just a bunch of VHS tapes for those people that are under 30, and we we put it all together, and damn, after it wasn't done in a weekend, the documentary channel picked it up, aired it for a couple years. Then it had a short run on Netflix, and at one time you could buy it at Walmart.
Nice.
So that started the whole thing again. And we ended up getting a national Budweiser sponsorship, put us back on the road, and here you go. I'm still doing it. I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah, that's
Very
awesome,
cool.
man.
That
Very
is
cool.
really cool. So let's talk about what's going on with Nova Rex, Kenny. What do you guys got going on right now?
Well, I got some shows coming up. We got a show here in the Orlando area at Bombshells this Friday. A good friend of us, Ira, everybody kind of knows Ira in town. He's moving back to Pennsylvania, so we're kind of throwing him a party. And it's also like their 10th anniversary over there for the bar. And they now have a liquor license. So that's kind of fun for us. We're going to go play a big show. It's a free show, by the way, thanks to the alcohol companies. And then, Sunday I'll be in Port Charlotte doing Bert's Harley Davidson. But then next week we are playing the 4th time in 5 years at Rockin' the Rivers in Montana.
Oh, wow.
We're flying out for that show, and it's a beautiful thing. It's the closest thing to Woodstock. I always talk about it. There's just tons of dirty foot girls there. You know what I mean? It's one of them that you wake up the next morning, and somebody might be holding a cow pie, sleeping, on the ground. I've seen it.
You know
But,
what's, Kitty, I got that saying from you, dirty foot girl, because when I would go like on the Monsters of Rock cruise and I would bring these ridiculous high heels that I knew I couldn't wear for probably
Right.
more than 45 minutes, I would say to people, I don't want to be the dirty foot girl, so maybe I should wear
Right.
these. I got that from you. So
I
yeah, the
appreciate it.
dirty foot girl.
In Montana, it's all in a field. It's a cow pasture. It's like a Woodstock, I swear. Mountains beautiful, Montana's beautiful. But this year we're on the main stage with try to think of some of the bands: Cheap Trick, Hinder, Lou Graham's playing.
Dawkins playing that, isn't it? Yeah.
Dawkins there, Zach Wild's there, Warren's
Right.
there, Saliva's there. I can keep going. So
Yeah, Zach's doing his Zach Sabbath on that, right?
that's
If
what he's
I'm
doing.
right.
I'm
Nice.
excited. I haven't seen him in a long time. I'm excited to meet him. So
That's
him
awesome.
and obviously Lou Graham, if I can get to meet that guy. I've never
heck
met
yeah.
Lou Graham. He's in my top 5 favorite singers of all time.
Yeah, he's a great singer.
Very
great.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
so we're staying busy.
That's great. And VH1 ranked you guys number 48 out of 100 greatest glam bands from the 80s. That's
That's
pretty.
the truth. That happened just a couple years ago.
That's quite an
We're in between Firehouse and Bullet Boys, and that's a true story. And I'm going to take that to my grave.
Very
They kind
cool.
of screwed
It's a
up.
great
That's
thing.
still a true story. Yeah, hell yeah. Those are great bands.
Heck yeah, definitely.
Hey, Kitty, I want you to actually share with everybody about how Nova Rex came to be in the Smithsonian, because I think that's a pretty cool thing.
Now that's one of the coolest things. What happened was after we did the documentary that got released in 2011, we were kind of ahead of the curve on that. It was this us and that band Anvil that had a documentary at the time too. And now everybody's got a documentary, but we had the documentary, and after that went out, kind of brought rock and roll back out. My mom calls me from Indiana and says, "Hey man, we have this Foot Locker up in the attic. It's got a bunch of your old swag and stuff in it. I kept jackets, these chaps, some crazy stuff I could never wear again." And she said, "What do you want to do with it?" So I said, "Look, why don't you contact the local local museum in my hometown?" And it's been there 100 years. And of course, I never been to it. But what happened was I go up there. They put my stuff on display at the museum in Johnson County, Indiana. Excuse me. And 600 people showed up. The Indianapolis Star, the news was there. It was awesome, right? So I thought, well, that was pretty cool to do. So then I got a hold of the Hard Rock at the time it was in Orlando, corporate, and I sent them over my jacket. And they said, that's cool, which they just put out a year ago, May, in Daytona Hard Rock Hotel. I have my jacket hanging up there beside Ricky Brackman and Jerry Garcia. But anyways,
Cool.
After that, they were like, well, that's the Hard Rock. That's your hometown museum. If you really want to impress somebody, get the Smithsonian. So I called around. There's like 9 museums. And I get a hold of the curator from the National Museum of American History. And the guy said, I sent him a picture of these crazy-ass bedazzled chaps. And they got back with me a week later and said, we'll take everything you got.
Oh, that's awesome.
They weren't assless chaps, were they, Kenny?
Well, they're always assless chaps, aren't they? That's just saying, because
Did you wear
there's no
them
ass
like
on-
San Solo, or did you actually have stuff on underneath? That's what I want to know. And I'm pretty sure Scott wants to know, because he looks
Oh,
like
I
he's over
definitely-
there very eager for that response.
Not quite, but
I don't even
go
know how to
ahead.
comment on it. You road dogging it, huh? What do they call it? Commando in it? No. No, listen, I'm sure, I think they have like the leather chaps, the dazzle. They got a pair of boots with snakeskin boots with spurs on them, believe it or not. And a couple of crazy belts, a jacket with the band's name on it, and I think probably some leopard skin spandex pants or something at the time.
Very cool
But it's
stuff.
in a whole thing they got. They got a thing that's like the different generations of fashion. It's a fashion thing. So it's like a zoot suit beside me, then an 80s metal suit. And what's really super cool about this, you guys ever see 2012, the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, remember at the end that guy barely had a book, but he made it on the ship, you know, and the one guy knew it, and it was whatever, the Smithsonian stuff.
Yeah.
You think it's funny, like, but 500 years from now, there'll be people going in there as we look at World War II stuff or whatever. They'll be
Right.
going in there looking at 80s metal with
Right.
my jacket. It's great, my whole outfit, a bass guitar and everything. It's
Oh, heck
crazy.
yeah. Yeah, that's going down.
Oh, yeah.
What
you
the
guys
hell
gotta
were
get
these
up
guys
there and check it
thinking?
But I did take a tour a year and a half ago. I was up in New Hampshire playing, and we stopped off in D.C. Curator gave us the Vault tour, right?
Cool.
Which is really cool. I've seen stuff from Joan Rivers, the Muppets, Muhammad Ali, whatever. And he showed me, this is a true story. He says, man, since your stuff came in, because when I talked to him, and that's been a few years ago, since like 2012 when they put the display up, they didn't have anything from the 80s. And by then it's 25 years old or more, and you know, if it's a car, you're classic, right? So he was excited about that. But since then, when I had the meeting with him last year, he's like, we got Paul Stanley's guitar, we got Garth Brooks's guitar, they got Prince's, what's that, the Cloud guitar?
Yeah.
So all that, he said, was because of me, and I'm just, so
Really?
my
Nice.
mom's happy anyways.
Yeah, that's
what he
awesome.
said, so
That's
I'll
awesome,
take
man.
Look
Very
at
cool.
what you did.
Look at you making an impact
So that's
for
how it
rock
happened,
and roll.
yeah.
That's great.
Right.
So you got a cookbook out, huh? Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I've been working on that. You know, actually, I have a meeting tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to finish it up. I've been working on this thing for a couple of years. I don't even know how to start. What it is, I have a son that has Asperger's, which is on that whole spectrum of autism.
Yeah.
So, so I kind of have like the backstory. You know how American Idol always has a backstory.
Right.
So I kind of got a backstory on that, and then just being on the road and stuff, I had a couple of buddy musicians give me some recipes. I had a radio show for a little bit, and we were talking about recipes, and I kept them, and then I got a couple more, and now if you guys get a chance, check it out. I mean, this thing is going to press by Monday at the latest, and you can go to Rockin' without a G, rockinrecipesforautism.com, and you can see everything about it. The
Cool.
charity, why I did it, who's in the book. And I didn't call any managers. I didn't call any booking agents, labels. I just called friends that I've been on tour with. And I have guys from Twisted Sister, Ozzy, Billy Idol, Stone Sour. I'm trying to think what else. You know, obviously Saving Abel, the Bullet Boys, Chip from Enough's Enough, Kicks. I mean, I can go on. So it's got about 70 recipes in it.
Nice.
And if you go to in the proceeds of that book, it's a coffee table book. It's an 8x10 hardback, 128 pages, full glossy, and the proceeds will go to a company called We Rock for Autism, which I know Michelle's seen them before because they've always been in 80s in the Park.
Oh, right.
I met them that way, and good guys, good organization, and they're based out of South Florida. So, and they do awareness and music programs for kids with autism.
That's killer,
So,
man.
Yeah,
That's a great thing.
I'm very excited. I make a joke. It's not really a joke, but I'll be on Rachel Ray by Christmas.
You know what? I totally believe that, Kenny, because what these guys don't know is that your bandmates actually call you the P.T. Barnum
Of rock
of
and roll.
rock and roll. And
I made him tell. I told him to tell me that.
did you? Did you? Well, I thought you
Yeah,
just.
yeah.
I don't believe that. I really think they came
No.
up with that on his own. And I think it's because. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Is
It's
that because you're a
because.
clown?
No, no.
P.T. Barnum.
It's
But
be-
I am kind of a clown.
It's because of his promotional skills. I mean, he's in the Smithsonian.
I was
And
just
he's on
cracking a joke.
VH1. Am I right?
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
I got a homemade documentary I shot in a weekend in Walmart. How do you do that? So the book, it's actually. I mean, the book was. Listen, I could tell you who's already contacted me, and you'd be blown away by the promotion on it already.
Nice.
Like major people, major radio stations, right? TV
Right.
stations. I'm thinking, the Today Show and all that, right? But it's for a good cause. You know, they say 1 in 59 people in America have some form of autism, in the spectrum. So a lot of people deal with that. I'm getting messages, by the way, as I'm Skyping here. But yeah, so I think, if you happen to be a fan of rock and roll and you want to know what Ricky Rocket eats, you know what I mean, or Joey Allen eats, then get the book. If you happen to deal with autism and you have a family member and you know what that's all about, there you go. Or you just happen to like to cook. I mean, there's still people that have Martha Stewart books.
Right.
The thing about a cookbook that I'm excited about, and I've never done a book. Obviously, I've done some movies and obviously music, but the book's a wholly different animal. It's a very expensive thing. But there's still books, there's still, borders and all that kind of stuff, So it should be a very interesting thing. And it's priced right if you go to the website, and it will be in time for the holidays. So
Cool. You're going to be able to pick that up on Amazon and everything, too?
Excuse me?
So you're going to be able to pick that up on Amazon and everything, too?
You will, all that. It all go out at the same time. Right?
Great.
Yeah. But if you go to rockandrecipesforautism.com and you look at the website, look around, it lists the majority of the people that are in it, and it has 7 or 8 flip pages from like Stone Sour, Frankie Banelli, Ricky Rockets on the flip page as well, and it talks about the charity and why I did the book. So I really appreciate it.
You know what?
Excellent.
This
cool.
is a really cool thing, and I have to say, Kenny, when I met you, it was actually at that Rock Pink Bowling event over in Orlando, which was for charity. It was a few years back, right? And I know that you were heavily involved in that, and you actually were, I think you were the only person. So what this is people bid to bowl for charity for, breast cancer awareness.
It's like Orlando's celebrity bowling.
And it's like a celebrity bowling. And when they bid, their partner, like Kenny, was one person that they bid on. So my friend actually won Kenny. She didn't actually win Kenny, but she won that she has to bowl with him. And Kenny was like the only person. Like some of them brought stuff for the people that won the bid, and Kenny actually brought a bicycle.
Oh, wow.
I did from Budweiser. Budweiser bicycle.
That's great.
Yeah, so
hard to get. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your community involvement. I think it's really amazing, and I know how important this cookbook is to you, because it's a cause that's so near and dear to your heart. So I appreciate everything you're doing, and I just wanted to let you know that.
I've spent more time and money on this cookbook than I ever did on any rock and roll project.
Really?
It's a whole different animal. It's very expensive. Yeah, it's amazing. And the turnaround, like I said, I'm going there tomorrow to just basically finish it up. And I still won't get the book back till December 1st. It takes a solid 3 months to press.
Wow.
Did not know
I didn't know that. You think it's 2 weeks, you get a copy, then you prove it, and they start printing them. No, you got to get in line for that stuff.
Yeah.
And paper is very expensive. So I'm just excited people still read books. So.
Right. Well, at least with the digital realm, they can get the digital copy and stuff as well, probably.
They can, but I see it being more of a coffee table book. It's probably going to end up being $29.95.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, I see it going around and people getting it autographed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
Different people.
Getting all the
I've got
different
some
people
good
that have
buddies
been
in it. I know
involved in it.
Brian Forsythe from Kicks. He was one of the first guys I got. He's ready to go. I got a good buddy, Phil Sasson, who played with. He wrote "Shot in the Dark." He actually wrote the song for Ozzy, and he played bass with him for a couple albums with Jakey Lee, and then played with Billy Idol. I seen him. He's out on a band right now called Last in Line with another.
Oh, great band.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Freeman, and he's already done interviews talking about the book. So
nice.
So that'll all kick in as soon as the book is done.
Heck
so
yeah,
I'm ready.
you got all those different guys involved.
And I'll call you guys back.
Yeah, you got all those
Very
different
cool.
guys involved.
Andrew Freeman is an amazing
help promote
vocalist.
it.
He actually sang for a long time with that Raiding the Rock Vault that's over in Vegas, that show, as well as singing with Last in Line, which is Ronnie James Dio's band, for
Right.
those that may not know that are listening.
Vivian Campbell, yeah.
And Vivian Campbell, yes. Vinny a piece. And
Yep.
so it's a really, really, really cool stuff there, having them.
It's a funny little story about that. I tried really hard to get Andrew Freeman to sing in Nova X.
Did you really?
Did you?
I did, but he got off of that. Didn't he play with Blink 182 or something? Or
he sang with a few
Offspring,
different.
The Offspring.
Right.
Offspring.
He was the singer for the Offspring for a while, and then he got that Raiding the Rock Vault, which I basically, just to be honest with you, I got every guy in that place.
Wow.
In the cookbook, yeah. So
Did you get Howard Leese?
I haven't got Benny.
Howard?
I'm kind of running out of room, but yeah, I mean, we can still try to get there. I got like 24 hours.
Wow.
We need to hire you to help promote the show.
I'm telling you,
Right?
he's a promotional guru. He's like the expert of promotions here.
well, I'm gonna die famous and broke. But no, the thing about it just doesn't pay well. That's the problem.
We've got Chris on here, Kenny, and he says, please talk a little bit about your famous G&L bass. Who takes care of that for you?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Chris.
Chris Meyer.
Chris Meyer. That's our tech. But listen, Chris, I had it sitting beside me. 2 weeks ago, I get a phone call from a buddy that has a music store. It's called Lockstar Guitars. Okay, check it out. It's in Oregon. But he said, hey man, I got this company. They're called Dudicus. It's a bass company. And they said they're really impressed by you, Kenny. They want you to sing your bass. I'm like, well, I've been playing this G&L for a long time, right? But anyways, I haven't even spoken to the guy yet. I got a text, but I show up the other day. It hadn't even been and they sent me this. Look at that.
Nice.
Very nice.
Cool? That's a $3,000 bass. Sitting
Oh, cool! Look at that.
It's very
I love that
sparkly.
flake. That flake spark. That's a hell of a paint job.
Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
Sparkles, right?
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, because all my guys in my band call me Sparkles. But yeah, he said that to me. So I'm gonna go play that. I'm gonna go play this thing this weekend. It'll be my first time out with it.
Oh,
Nice.
very, very cool. I wish I could make it, So, hey, Kenny, for those people that may not have caught Nova Rex recently, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone what the current lineup is of the band?
Oh yeah, well I got Adrian, Felicia. Adrian. We call him Felicia.
I love Adrian. I love Adrian. He's
Anybody, Adrian, he's the type of guy that says the best mirror is the one he's in. The dude's got Rockstar tattooed right here, so I was like, you're perfect for this. And then I've got Greg Paul Carey. He's been in the band for a while, and he's played with, Brittany Fox and some stuff before I got him. And then I've got Sean Lowry, drummer. Sean, great guy, man. I'm very excited to have Sean in the band. Sean's big claim to fame is he has a company called Saul Blade Head Designs.
Yeah.
And if you happen to see,
I know Sean.
Because you guys are down in Tampa, right?
Yeah. I know
So
Sean.
I know he lives in Clearwater. Everybody likes Sean. Sean's a super nice guy, great player, killer equipment. Back to his company though. Have you seen like the new Queen's Right drum set?
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yes.
like this.
Yeah,
they
we've
call it
seen
the
it.
Locust, right? Sean made that.
Yeah.
That's Sean's drums. You know what I mean? So Sean does that. So he's done stuff for obviously just did Queen's Right, which I have. They're in the cookbook. But I have he did them, Tommy Lee, like Korn, those kind of guys, all those crazy twisted microphone stands and stuff.
Yeah.
So when you
Also
see Nova
metal
Rex
work.
live, we got all the good stuff.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's all steampunk type of stuff,
I knew he looked familiar when I was looking at the picture of the band.
Yep.
I was like, dang, I know
Good
that
guy.
guy. And he's got there's a drum kit that he did that is a tree. It comes up like this and it holds the kit. And
Sam
it's
Ash.
over at Sam Ash
That's
in
Yeah,
Clearwater.
A picture.
All right.
I seen
Yeah.
it. I went to your page and seen it.
Yeah.
You guys were interviewing somebody from Sabotage or something.
Yeah, we were interviewing Steve Dockwalkles, drummer from Sabotage.
I'm like, I know that drum set.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how long it would take to set up and go play it. You know what I mean? you need to be playing arenas to bring that sucker out.
Yeah, no doubt. It's probably extremely heavy, but it's really awesome looking. So it's
Oh yeah,
very, very
and-
cool.
and
He
like I
does
said, all the stuff
incredible
you guys
work.
look for like that. So
Yeah.
Chris says Adrian shaves his legs.
yeah, Adrian shaves a lot of stuff.
I don't know if
I
we
hope
should
he's
know
watching.
this,
I mean,
Kenny. I don't know.
TMI, man. TMI. There's such a thing.
We make fun of each other all the time, and usually on stage as well. But I mean, Adrian's the only guy I know that still gets weekly pedicures. Okay, so I don't know what that's all about. And he's got a tramp stamp on his back. So
Does he have a
Oh,
tramp
man.
stamp?
He does.
I never noticed that.
a
Not
lot
that I
to
saw his back or anything like that. I just never
Next time
noticed
you
that.
see him, you're going to be showing me the tramp
I'm going to
stamp.
ask him. I got to tell. Well, you guys may not know, but Adrian, he's talking about Adrian Adonis, who's their singer.
Yeah.
He actually sang for Papa Cherry for years over here. So you guys
Oh,
remember
okay.
the band?
Yeah,
Couple
yeah.
bands
So
over there,
yeah.
some
So
good
I mean,
guys.
he was. They were a very popular band over here in the Tampa Bay area. So. So he actually left that band to sing with Nova Rex, but sometimes he still does a one-off with the band, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah. If there's something going, I have no problem with that. If we're off, he does a show every once in a while. Those guys all kind of stay local there.
Yeah.
They play the same couple of bars every once in a while. So yeah.
No wonder they all look
But
so
they're,
familiar.
but they're not playing. They're not playing with Warren week.
So Nova Rex,
flying out.
where did the
Go ahead.
name come from?
The name is kind of deep, man. The name is Latin, and Nova, is a comet. Rex means king. So when you see this certain comet, they called it the Nova Rex comet, which means that a new king was born. Huh?
All
Come on,
right. All
right? I mean, it's not called rat. You know what I mean?
Running around in the gutters. Yeah.
Right? I mean, whatever, right? I didn't name it after an animal. But yeah, Nova Rex, Comet King.
Very cool. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
So do you play any other instruments?
No, I wish I did. If I could sing, I'd be famous right now. But no, just bass. Just always been a bass thumper since day one. We talked about it the other day. So I did an interview, and I've been playing since I was about 12 or 13. You know, when I got old enough to try to pick up girls.
What kind of influences you got, Kenny?
Oh, for me, well, it's a mix. I mean, the stuff that band-wise, like us, you know, of course, AC/DC is probably the greatest songwriting band in the world. I would say AC/DC, Van Halen, Whitesnake, you know, a little bit of Motley Crue, I guess. I really loved Me Foreigner when I was a young kid, you know. Double Vision was one of the first albums I ever owned.
Oh, what a great album. Yeah.
Oh, so, but those kind of guys. But as far as bass players go, I really liked, back to, you know, Michael Anthony from Van Halen's good. The guy from Deep Purple, Chris Squire from Yes was probably my favorite. I mean, that Yes stuff is just a different level.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
But yeah, that kind of stuff, you know, just classic rock guys. I mean, the dude, John Paul Jones is stupid. I'm not qualified to even be his bass tech. You know, there's a few guys out there like that, but yeah. And, you know, and I grew up in the 80s, so I kind of came up with that stuff. You know, we were talking about the other day, you know, like when I grew up, I was wearing Led Zeppelin, Ozzy t-shirts, right, as a kid. And now these kids are wearing Motley Crue, Poison t-shirts.
Right.
It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing is, I was listening to John Paul Jones, and I wasn't listening to Nikki Sixx. Do you know what I mean? There's a little difference there, but
Right.
But you know, those guys are cool. It's a whole different vibe. They don't make them like they used to.
True
for
that, man.
Very, very true.
So what's
So you got guitars behind you. What do you like? What do you got? Guitars, bass? What is that?
they're guitars. This is
Yeah,
a
you're a guitar player, right?
Kramer Gorky Park edition
Nice.
from the Moscow
Flying
Music
V.
Peace Festival. It's actually a flying triangle.
I've
Oh, is
never
it?
seen one like
Well,
that
Michelle's
before.
head's in the way. I
Yeah.
can't see.
Hear him in my head? Here you go. Can you see
Oh,
it?
there we go.
Yeah.
With a V with your head in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
So
that's crazy. Yeah.
that was the probably the biggest rock band to come out of Russia, and of course it commemorates the Moscow Music Peace Festival, which was the biggest rock concert to ever go on in Russia, the very first one ever.
Wow.
And so
Well,
I got
that's
a whole
very
bunch
cool.
of other bands that signed that for me over the years, working in radio and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You hang that up, man. People sign. We need some Nova Rex memorabilia right up here somewhere, right?
Hey,
we do.
send it on. We'll
Send
put it up.
Send it over. We'll put it up. And there's other ones in
Yeah.
ESP, George Lynch, Lynch Mob, Wicked
Oh,
Sensation
awesome.
model. So
Oh,
That's
cool.
actually really awesome.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, Kenny, the last album
Yes.
that you guys put out was Rockstar Roadshow, and you guys
Yep.
had some super cool videos from that, which I think we're actually going to
We're gonna
show
play a
later.
couple of them later, yeah.
So, and it was just fun 80s rock. It just took me back. So, I'm just wondering, are you guys working on any new music? Or are we expecting a new album from Nova Rex in the near future?
I would definitely say we'll have some. You know, I'm a little bit confused on that right now. Okay, so I did the album in the summer of 2017, right, which was our 7th album that we've done, and I'm not 100% sure if I'll ever do another album, and I'll tell you why. It's not because of that. I'm not saying I wouldn't write a song and do singles, but like an album, I can't even sell them anymore. You know, I mean, most of these cars nowadays don't even have CD players in them.
Right.
You know, we sell the CDs at shows, you know, $10 or whatever, but basically they're just for autographs, and then people still go home and download it on iTunes.
Right.
You know, so I'm a little bit confused. I will tell you, I'm working on a video right now, which we're still trying to work out the details of that. But we have a song called "Bosoms and Beer" that we wrote right on the spot, 15 minutes. It's a hilarious song. It's kind of got that like the Jack by AC/DC. It's
Right.
got that kind of feel, you know, just kind of a weird talking thing. But bosoms and beer, right, are two favorite things. And I'm trying to debate if I want to put a video out and maybe release it on Pornhub.
So, did you write the song "Bosoms and Beer" from
I'm not
life
kidding.
experience, Kenny? Did that come from real life
It's the
experience,
epitome
someplace
of a rock
deep in your
star
heart?
Well,
I'm on board, man. Let me know.
I know
Right.
Scott is. Look at that.
Heck yeah.
Todd probably is too, but he won't admit it because he's the shy guy in the middle here. And by the way, your lovely lady popped on here, so Todd. So your
That would be
crush.
Danica.
Yeah, that's Todd's crush,
Hi,
Danica.
Danica Patrick?
No.
No.
Got me excited for a second. I mean,
Well, yes, it is.
So Todd, you want to, or Scott, you want to come and be a camera guy, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't need to
that?
be a camera guy because I need all my hands free.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, Kenny, you should probably actually do it here because we have all the capabilities here at the studio to do a lot of cool stuff.
It's a pretty big studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even see everything. This is just the podcasting video studio that we
I will
have.
keep that in mind. 'Cause
Downstairs is
we
a
haven't picked a location. We've been,
huge studio, production studio downstairs.
And
Okay.
we're even fancy schmancy here. They've got dressing rooms. Look at that.
well, I don't think we're going to need that for this video. But
Hopefully not.
yeah, right. Well, we'll have to get back to me. I've been working on it though. We've been rounding up people right now, so we'll see if that happens. I'm ripping that off from Steel Panther anyways because they did it like a year ago, so I'm just copying that. I'm just sick of YouTube. You know what I mean?
You got to admire Kenny's honesty. He just
Yeah.
keeps it real.
It's pretty
you know?
straight up, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, YouTube, like all these new acts, you know, they're just a one-hit wonder. You know, half these new bands don't even have guitar solos anymore. And I
You
just
got
don't.
that right.
I just don't know what to think about the music business. That's a whole other subject.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure it out. I
the
think I'm just
grunge
going
killed
to the
everything,
cookbook
as we
business.
know.
Yeah, so
What did?
The
What did
grunge.
it?
I mean,
Grunge,
you don't
yeah.
even have to tune
Oh,
your
well.
guitar. We can record it that way. Even leave it. Great. It's like, geez, really?
Well, but I will tell you this, though. I will tell you this. I'm giving you a heads up on the inside. I won't do it. But the grunge had a shorter run than 80s metal, right?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a
Right,
shorter
sure
run.
it did.
yeah.
So, you know, let's be real. This 80s nostalgia thing is kind of our age group. It's came back around. That's why you can see Winger and Slaughter and all these bands on tour every day, right? I mean, they're
Right.
somewhere every day. But the next wave, and it's coming, there'll be a shorter wave, but it'll be all those kind of grunge tribute bands. That'll be the new thing. It'll be a Nirvana meets Soundgarden meets Alice in Chains meets, you know, all the depressing stuff because all them guys killed themselves.
I was just about to
Right.
say, it had to be tribute bands because none of the guys that were pioneers of that are alive.
Right.
And
That
it's
should
not
tell
like
you
we
something.
didn't party in the 80s, but they partied a little bit different. And I think.
Well, it's a different vibe, you know. You guys all seen The Dirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was, you know, I always talk about my band. I said, I was just like that, same time frame, same everything, just without the heroin. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, so that's, those guys, those grunge guys were all doing heavy stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Needles.
Yeah. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Yeah,
But,
I mean, it
it's
all
sad,
comes
too,
around.
because
It
a lot
all
of them are
comes
very
around
talented.
to there's always a cycle in that, and of course, because once you start getting older, you get the nostalgia and stuff and things like that.
I don't know
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
getting
so-
older because I know it's not me. So it's all nostalgia for you two
Must be
over
me.
here, but it's not me.
Well, Michelle keeps looking younger every time I see her. I mean, here's this. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, I'm killing myself. She is the biggest selfie taker that I've ever seen.
I totally am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
That's
totally
funny.
am.
Let me tell you-
She
let me
was
tell you
just
one.
saying
Let me tell
that
you one.
before we started the show tonight, and she's like, "I can give you lessons if you want."
Come on. Let's see that.
I'm
Those
doing- I'm doing
fish
the face
lips.
right now.
You know, I don't do fish lips, okay?
Fish
but
lips
but
for
I
the
will tell you
record,
this.
stupid.
There is a reason why I'm a big selfie taker, and I'm going to share a little personal information.
Okay.
This is called Kenny Interviews Michelle. So for those people that don't know, I actually had weight loss surgery. So I actually used to be extremely heavy. Kenny, I know you know this. And
Right.
back in 2010 is when I had my weight loss surgery. So I actually have lost like 130 something pounds. So I
Wow.
used
Go,
to,
girl.
yeah. So I hated my picture taken. I used to hide behind people. So I would be like just the head in the back of the picture.
Oh, wow.
You would just see just my head. And I would always, my sister and I would like fight over who was going to go behind our parents in the photo. No, I'm going behind my mom and dad. She'd be like, no, I am. So I think it's because it's really fun. And you know what? And that, you know, I think we should all embrace our inner beauty and our beauty no matter what size we are because there's beautiful women of all shapes and sizes. So I'm not downing that. That was my own personal insecurity that I had at the time. But I will tell you that it is so liberating and so cool to be able to take a selfie and not have to hide beside someone. And I think that's why I'm just out of control.
Well, see,
so
I-
just
I-
indulge me, my friends, you know.
Now, I'm going opposite, right? Because, you know, the older you get, right? So my next move is I'm going to come out just like this. I'll just have like a full on everything. You just see this much in me. Because I was looking the other day, I was like, man, I'm getting crow's feet. I'm like,
I don't think you age either.
I'm like, I got lines on my head, right? Headband. I'm like, I'll be wearing a full body outfit before it's over with.
But thank you for saying that I'm getting younger. That makes you like my new best friend.
Yeah, well, it's that plus a lot of this, like, you know, what do you call that? That makes it look all glamorous. That there's no photoshopping, right?
Filters. Yeah,
Filters.
Look at me. Do I look like my pictures? Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm not going to post the bad ones, right? But I will tell you this: I do get recognized from the other show too, and you know, at the rock events, and they know it's me. So that makes me really happy because I must not look too far off from the photo because they'll come up but Kenny, they always say this to me: I really thought you were taller. You look taller on Facebook, and I don't know how that's possible that I look taller on Facebook because I'm really not tall. But so for those that don't know, I'm not tall.
I got your same issue. I got the same thing. I just want to be taller, skinnier, and younger. So whatever you can do, filter-wise, right now, make that happen for me.
Well, actually, I think you can make yourself taller with a thing. It's like
It's shooting down at you.
it's like a long legs thing. No, it actually will stretch out your body, I think, but I don't know.
Oh, you can do all that stuff, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I don't have the time for that.
So what's
Listen, when I caught with you guys earlier, I thought this was going to be an audio one. And you were like, hey, we're going to go with the video, too. And I'm like, crap, now I got to, because you guys don't understand. I'm just showing off my shirt, my rock and roll fantasy camp shirt. But I am totally winning the Pruitt right now.
Oh, yeah, what you didn't get was he was like, so I guess that means I better put some clothes on.
Right, take a shower.
Take a shower.
You better. What were you doing before that, Kenny? Do I need to talk to your lovely significant other? And how is she, by the way? Give her a big hello from me.
She's right over here listening.
Have her stick her face in. Let me see her. Let me see her.
Want to
Hold
stick
on.
your face in? Here she is.
No, you have to.
Okay, it's this little camera right.
Hey, gorgeous. What's going on?
Hi.
Hey, lovely. It's so good to see you.
You too. Nice to see you guys.
Hello.
See, we even get to meet the missus. Look at that.
That's great.
Hey, you know what's good? You know what's good about having a rock and roll girlfriend, is that she knows all the wives of all the rock bands.
Right.
So I got all these guys. I mean, she helped me out with
I was
the
gonna say she was
cookbook quite a
probably
bit.
very instrumental in getting recipes for you for the
Oh yeah.
for the book.
Well, who's the one we got this? We got Roy from Stone Sour. Because his wife used to do her hair in L.A.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it's good to have that connection because sometimes they just don't want to deal with the dudes.
Yeah.
You know?
So we have a couple people.
You guys
popping
get
on.
it. You got a girl right there. So you get it.
Oh, well, wait a minute. So Danica said congratulations on your weight loss. Thanks, Danica. That's your girl.
Oh.
So, hey, Danica, thanks for making Todd smile because he's kind of like, he gets a little grouchy once in a while. So every time I say, hey, your
What?
girl's on, he completely lights up Danica. So thanks for that. And Chris Myers said Monique. He's saying hello to Monique. And I got to give a big shout out to Ashlyn Bertolini. That's my boo. That's my buddy right there. So she popped on to say hello to us.
That is
Cutest
cool.
little Southern belle you guys ever want to meet. Really cute accent. Super, super cool chick. So she's probably like my therapist. So Ashlyn, thanks for being my therapist.
A
Just send me the bell.
A better accent
That's
doesn't
a lot of-
touch Danica's.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Seriously.
well, she's French. I mean,
So it is pretty awesome. She's super cute. So just letting you guys know. Of course, I'm biased because she's one of my besties. So
I'm
I
biased
gotta,
too, so,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so I got to say that. So anyway, Kenny, so hey, tell everybody, wasn't there a TV show that you guys appeared on that we were talking about a while back?
Well, we've been on a few TV shows. Myself, I actually hosted a thing. Remember the Daily Buzz that used to be out of Orlando? It was a national syndicated
I
show.
remember
yeah,
you doing
I remember
that.
that.
I did that for a few months where I was bringing local talent on Fridays. It was called the Indie Spotlight. And then I would just show you're talking about is we did a friend of ours down there in Port
Was
Charlotte.
it the Fish Tanks show or something?
It's
Tanked.
called, we did a reveal, Insane Pools.
That was it,
Insane Pools.
Insane Pools. See, I knew it
Yeah,
had
yeah.
something to do with water, Kenny, and I couldn't remember. How was that? How was that experience? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, for us, it was a kind of a mess. I mean, what they do, they go in and they do these insane pools, right? I mean, if you ever see the show, I think, what's it on, Discovery, or I think it's on DIY now, but they, and the thing that I learned about it too, is that the homeowner pays for the pool.
Mhm.
So they don't get the pool for free. I always thought when you say that, let's move that bus or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Like, no,
Are you even
okay.
serious right now? So they have to message them and say, "Hey, do the pool and we'll pay for it." They don't give them
Yeah.
anything.
They may get some kind of a break from it because it's being filmed. You know what I mean? And the guys
Right.
might do it more as a
Right.
labor of love. But they're still paying for the materials for sure.
Unbelievable.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did not know
But
that.
But the thing, what I learned, we went up there. It was in Jacksonville. This guy made his money by being a professional frisbee golf player. I know, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where do I sign up for that?
Yeah. And,
Scott, that's right up your alley. Look at
Oh,
that.
yeah, if you like chasing frisbees. I played frisbee golf one time, and I mean, it was a lot of fun, but
It's hard, huh?
it's a lot harder than you think. And I
So
mean,
your frisbee golf is like my actual real golf.
it could be
Slice.
worse. I don't know. I just know at the end of like 18 holes, my arm hurt the next day. I mean, I'm like,
I
oh,
like
man,
Top
really?
Golf. I like Top Golf. That's cool stuff.
I've been there.
oh, you
too.
just hit the ball.
Been there.
You just hit
Yeah.
the balls off the. Yeah, you just driving range.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
That
pretty
cat had a
fun.
driving range too, actually. But back to that show, what that really messed us up is it rained off and on the whole day.
Oh, geez.
So we had to hold taping, and then we had to try to go for it. So we were supposed to do like 2 minutes of a song at the end of the reveal in their party area because they had a stage and everything. And I think we finally ended up shooting at like 12:30 in the morning. So by then we were just kind of wiped out, but it was an experience. You can catch it. It's one of the season 3s, and it has something to do with that
I've seen a couple of the episodes.
frisbee golf. Yeah, Jacksonville home.
I didn't see that one, though.
Hmm.
Check it out. So what's the best venue or show that you ever played?
I played Rocklahoma a couple times.
Nice.
That's a pretty good one. 20,000 probably. I kind of caught the story. It's a good one. What happened was when in '92, after Nirvana came out, the whole market changed in LA. I lived out there for like 5 years with the band during that '87 to '92, and they were telling us like, "Hey, you guys might as well just get some flannel and move to Seattle and do all that."
Oh, yeah.
So what I did was I went home to Indiana, where I'm from, and just became a big fish, small pond. So so I went to a radio station, local radio station in town, and that was back when you had to give them the reel-to-reels, right? You said you did radio for a
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
so you had to do the reel-to-reels
Oh, yeah.
to play the music.
Right.
So we did that and started getting a lot of airplay and off this one major station. Me being a hometown boy too, and I brought that kind of Motley Crue attitude, that rockers to Indiana, which is just they had Mellencamp, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
so we were kind of way off base with that. There was another band there that we played with a lot, a band called Sweet FA. If you guys Google that,
I've
those
heard of them.
cats, they had a couple videos on MTV, but it's that kind of sleazy rock or whatever. And so the very first show I played, so I've already done 2 television interviews. I'm already getting airplay for like a month now on the major radio station in Indianapolis. And the very first show was 1992, New Year's Eve, Union Station, and it was us and Cheap Trick, and it was 40,000 people sold out.
Nice.
That's amazing.
And I've been trying to run that down again for 20 some years.
Well, Robin Zander lives here in town. You just need to track him down, and you got it.
You know what? I'm going to see him on the 9th. Or
Oh,
the 8th.
sweet.
I'm sorry, 8th of August. I'll see him in Montana.
I've been
yeah.
trying to track him down so he can be on the show.
Very cool.
Man, him and Brian Johnson too, by the way.
Yeah. Brian's down in Sarasota.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know, buddy. Trust me, I got my radar out.
He also
on it,
got
too.
CJ Snare over in Celebration. CJ Snare from Firehouse. So
Yeah.
there's a few.
There's quite a few in the area,
CJ's
actually.
a great guy. Yeah, there's a few good ones around. So we're kind of lucky. A lot of people want to retire to Florida.
Funny, you talking about
We got 2 of the
people living-
Queensrÿche guys here too.
Yeah.
So Casey Grillo and Todd Latore are both from Florida.
Well, I got Casey in the cookbook. Well, of course, right? Sean made his drum set, right? So,
Yeah.
Right. Casey's an artist. I had no idea. I've been seeing him post some amazing paintings lately. So,
Nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know that.
pretty cool.
A lot of those guys are, right? A lot of those musician guys, they use the left side of the brain or whatever, They're
Yeah.
not
Right.
quite right. They're all entertaining. I mean, I was like thinking the other day, if I worked as hard as I work now in rock and roll and I was a dentist, I'd be retired by now. I would. I'd be
Got
on a
it.
boat.
Got to give a shout out to Melissa Carter from Las Vegas. It's a girl from the Monsters of Rock cruise and stuff that I know. Hey, Melissa
Nice.
Carter. Everyone
Cool.
give Melissa a shout out because that's my
What's up,
buddy.
girl?
Hey, Melissa, thanks for tuning in. Love you. We love you. So, okay.
So on the flip side of that, what's the worst show you've ever played?
Oh my God.
Like nothing like putting you on the spot, man.
I'll be completely honest with you. I haven't even told this story, but we went out. Usually when we didn't go to Sturgis this year. Could have, didn't want to do the drive. Right, I'm flying out. So usually we do, like I said, I did 4 years in a row at Montana. So I would usually go do Sturgis, which is a 30-hour drive. But we had a Sunday, which is the last day of it, and we played at a trailer park in front of 2 people on like chips of wood. You know, like
Did they like it though?
the 2 people. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because we were
Yeah.
still on having a jam session at that point.
Did you get lucky?
But-
But this is before you knew Monique, because I don't want to like
No,
piss her off.
no,
Excuse me.
Excuse me, Cletus, how you doing?
We're camping and I'm playing a horse stall, so that should tell you something. That was pretty bad.
Yes,
Well, hey, man,
yes.
as long as you rocked those 2 people that were there, that's what counts.
That's what it's about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it goes from one extreme to the other, right?
Yeah.
So hey, Kenny,
Yeah.
I want to do a little recap for everybody that's
Yep.
listening, so that we can go ahead and tell people. So when is the cookbook coming out?
The cookbook will be out by December 1st, maybe a week earlier, but I would say guaranteed by December 1st. If you go to Rockin' without a G, Rockin' Recipes for Autism, all you guys need to check it out.
I will.
So that's
Um,
Rockin' Recipes
then,
for Autism. Yes.
Yeah, rockinrecipesforautism.com. Everything you need to know is there. It's for a great cause, great charity, great musicians that are in it. It's really funny how these guys laid it out. They got a little bio of each guy, like talking about Roy from Stone Sour. You know, Roy grew up playing pots and pans in the kitchen, and now he plays, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's really kind of fun. Like I said, you can pre-order the copy now. The books are online for $24.95, and you can get them for the holidays. And by December, when they come out, the price is going to jump to $29.95.
So pre-order,
Very cool.
pre-order
I
special
would
price for
pre-order,
everybody.
just get it
Yeah.
ready to go and help a brother out. You know?
Very cool. Very, very cool stuff.
Yeah.
So can you share with everybody where they can find the latest information on Nova Rex? Where's the best source of information for people that
Well,
might want to check out the band and what you guys got going on and your
Well,
shows?
The main thing for that is probably Facebook, which I know is a little bit old school now, but Facebook, you can go there. They got, we got Nova Rex on Facebook, bands in town. If we try to post on there at least once or twice a day, we'll keep you updated on what's going on. Obviously Twitter, obviously Instagram, all that stuff, all that social media. Just type in Nova, N-O-V-A-R-E-X. What's that mean? It means New Kings in Latin.
There you go. Well,
Nice.
we'll remember it. Kenny, we can't thank you enough for being our guinea pig this evening. It
Yeah,
has
no
been
doubt,
an
man.
amazing
Thank you
thing
very
for
much.
you to do.
Very
You're
good.
you're a real trooper and a great sport and a great musician, a good friend. So we really appreciate you doing it and can't thank you
When we
enough.
co-
Seriously.
When I get to Tampa, we'll come in and do a live one.
Oh, we'd love it.
Sounds
Heck
good.
yeah, that'd be awesome,
Sounds
man.
really good.
Love to have you on here, brother.
Hit us up anytime.
I want to sign that triangle guitar.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great.
There you go.
I want to
All
get your
right.
signature on it, man.
Yeah, cool.
Very cool. So thank you very much, man. We appreciate you helping us out with this and then being on the show tonight. And thanks for all the great information, man. It's been a real pleasure meeting you. And we
Appreciate
hope
it.
to
And
hope to.
check out the videos.
Yes, we
Oh,
were
we're
gonna.
gonna play 'em.
We're
For
gonna
sure,
play
for
those
sure.
in just a moment. As
We're
a matter
actually
of
going to
fact,
play those
so.
for everybody. Yeah, yeah. So people check it out.
She's a bitch video. There's a bunch of hot chicks in it.
That sounds good to me.
That one's coming up first. That's going to be the first one we play.
That's
so.
right.
And we're also
Very
going to
cool.
play I Don't Know.
Cool.
So-
Appreciate it, guys.
Couple.
So everybody,
Excellent.
Kenny Wilkerson, bass player, founding member, Nova Rex, cookbook maker extraordinaire, P.T. Barnum of the rock and roll world, joins us on the Sound Effects show. So thanks, Kenny, with his very cool new bass. Thanks, Kenny. We appreciate you
Thank you,
joining
brother.
us
guys.
tonight.
Thanks a
lot,
okay,
man.
take care, my friend.
Take it easy, bud.
Let's find out what happened with the show poll.
All right, Scott.
On the way with the results of our show poll. Matter of fact, well, we've got a little bit of time left on this one, I believe.
So Kenny put his input in there, which was cool. He said Frampton comes alive.
yeah, and this,
Yeah.
again, just to reiterate, what live album from 1975-76 pushed the artist to stardom? and that was Frampton Comes Alive or Kiss Alive. I'm going to go with Frampton.
What'd you pick, girl?
Well, I actually picked Frampton as well, although I think he's kind of turned into a pompous A recently, but that has nothing to do with his musical talent. And I think that was just an incredible album. I love Kiss. Most of the musicians that I've interviewed, and you guys have probably noted this, have all cited Kiss as an influence for them getting the music. So we have Kiss to thank for a lot of amazing rock artists out there. So big kudos to Kiss. But in this poll, I got to go with Peter Frampton.
How about you, Doug?
Frampton.
Doug says Frampton as well. So I got to say, it's actually unanimous between all of us because Frampton by far. Kiss is awesome, but I don't think Kiss Alive was really the album that pushed them to their stardom. I would definitely say it was Frampton Comes Alive. It's by far the most popular and biggest album Frampton's done, as far as I'm aware of. It's the album when you think of Peter Frampton.
Oh yeah, my sister played that album like constantly, and that's how I heard it.
Yeah.
So you never quite look at. Woke up this morning.
Yeah.
That's my song right there. That's a great song.
So I'm going to see him. He's coming here to Tampa in
Yeah,
just a couple of months.
don't pull your cell phone out
show.
and don't do anything in the front. Are you going to be in the front?
No,
I've heard
not.
quite the stories about the stuff he pulls off the stage.
really?
I've heard he's not very pleasant.
You
this
mean
is
like
gonna be
Yngwie
his-
Malmsteen when
Yeah.
somebody tried
Yeah.
to take a picture? The guy was standing next
Oh
to me, and
yeah,
I felt
Yngwie's crazy.
I felt
yeah,
the fist.
I
just
actually
miss my
have
face.
heard that. I can't remember what it was that they said that he did, but it was something in regards to someone with a cell phone. And then I had a couple other people tell me that he's not super friendly. Now I don't know if that's true because I've never met him, so I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I've met him, and
But-
I actually jammed with him once.
Yeah,
we jammed
so I don't know.
a Hendrix song, which
Very
was pretty cool.
But he certainly is an incredible talent. So
Yeah.
Doug and I
you
were
know.
talking before the show, and we were talking like Doug mentioned. He invented the talk box.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, for those of you that don't know what that is, you actually have the sound, instead of coming through a speaker, it's coming through a tube. You put the tube in your mouth, you start mouthing the words, and it sounds pretty badass. Pretty
Yeah,
badass.
and you definitely hear that on Frampton Comes Alive, and do you feel like I do?
So with that said,
I don't know, Danica. Do you? Do you feel like Todd does? That's what we got to know. That's what I want to know, Danica. Because, Todd is a very straight-laced guy. I'm going to say this because I haven't had the opportunity much to make him shake his head this evening. So I'm just going to do it now, Danica, and I'm just going to use you as inspiration for that. Thank you, my beautiful friend. Here we go. So Todd is a very serious fellow, as you guys know.
even though
So-
he's not wearing any
so-
pants right now.
Yeah.
Does my white disappear with the white back here?
Okay, he's wearing shorts. See,
He was like totally scared that someone would believe that. You know that, right?
I'm not, and I'm proud of it.
Danica, so Todd's like very serious all the time, but as soon as I say your name, Danica, it's like, ooh, like he all that time, right? I think he giggles. I think he blushes and stuff. So Danica, I think that's really cool. So yeah, so just keep popping on here when we do the show because you put him in a better mood for Scott and I. It's because he tolerates us better when you're there. Just letting you know. Thanks, Danica. We love you. I love
pressure.
you. I know Scott loves you.
no,
so.
no pressure at all.
I absolutely adore it.
So Kenny's actually coming into the room, and he's posted the link for the Rockin' Recipes for
Awesome.
Autism, and that's
Awesome.
actually in
Thanks,
the
Kenny.
links.
Very cool. Very cool.
So yeah, so it's pretty cool stuff. So I think we've got some other comments and references to our show poll. I mean our poll. So let me see if I can bring this up because you guys know.
when you're done with that, I'll let everybody know where we're at. Where we're at on the poll.
Well, thanks, Melissa Carter. I love this. Melissa Carter says, I met Michelle Bench-Novak. She's effing amazing. There's my point of view. Thanks, Melissa Carter, because you're pretty amazing yourself, my friend. So Natasha's laughing at some stuff we had. And Melissa also said Frampton Comes Alive. So yeah. So
Very
anyway,
cool.
there we go with that.
We're looking at 60 to 40% in favor of Frampton.
That's pretty much a landslide. And
Yep.
I'm not talking about the Fleetwood Mac song.
That's definitely up there.
Right.
That's definitely up there. I don't know if we had it quite that bad before or not. No, actually we have. I'm trying to think.
We've had bigger landslides than that, but that's a pretty good one. You
Yeah.
know? So it's definitely. And it's what I expected, like Doug and I had talked about it. I figured, some people probably just go for Kiss just because they like Kiss better, but,
Sure.
that's why we
And-
word them the way we word them. We want you to think about it. It's not about who do you like better. It's which one do you really think pushed that artist to stardom, artist to stardom. Artem to stardom?
I have
Artem to
no
stardom?
idea what Todd's talking about.
I don't know what I'm
just
talking
really
about
don't
either.
know right now. You know what? I got to tell you something, Scott, because I'm going to say this everywhere. I had a Michelleism today, and I can't even remember what it was, and it was a really good one. I went on and on about it the other day.
Must not have been that important.
No, it was really good, but I've been under some stress lately. So you guys know, and for those of you that don't know, I had a big job interview today for my regular people's job. So I had that going on, and I've been flying a lot.
Which
I'm a
was
flight
the
attendant.
reason she wasn't here, and what you'll hear about a little bit.
I'm a flight attendant, so I've got 18 days working with 3 days off. So these guys have been kind of supporting me in my meltdown. So thanks for that. So anyway, I had a good Michelleism the other day, Todd. I can't remember what it was, and it was really good. I went on and on about it too. I'll have to save it for the next show. I'll have to. But I'm still laughing over you and I. I went into my memories the other day, and a picture came up of me twisting with Chubby Checker. And if you guys caught the show last week, it was a little banter between Scott and myself. And Todd not
Never
only shook
bantered.
his head, he threw his hands up in the air, but he was laughing while he did it. So it was very good.
It was
So
amusing.
I almost sent it to you guys. Especially you. Because
No,
I was
I-
going to send it to you.
I probably
You know?
would have enjoyed it. Reposted
It was very
so-
funny. I even had to go back
Post
and
it on
watch
the
it.
show page.
Yeah, and you guys check out the show. That was with Sick Hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so check out the show with Sick Hot if you want to hear us talking about Chubby Checker, and it's in the beginning where we're talking
If you
about
want to see
history,
me
right?
shaking my head.
Yeah, you threw your hands up in the air. You didn't just shake your head. You actually threw them up in the air. So it was pretty intense stuff there. Yes.
All right,
Job
cool.
well done.
So let's get on to the videos from Nova Rex.
All right. So we've got a video from Nova Rex, right?
So we're going to round out the show tonight with a couple of videos that Nova Rex, so you can check them out. And I'm going to let the lovely Michelle introduce them for you.
Again.
Because,
Am I
I
introducing
don't really
the first
cuss.
video?
I don't really cuss,
You know
so
what?
she
I was
can,
just going
she
to
can
say
go
that,
for
you
it.
guys. I know why Todd.
What's a
chose-
female dog?
He's not going to say it.
Come
on,
I know
dog.
why
If you say
Todd
it in
chose.
context,
I'm trying.
it
to.
should be okay.
I know, it
I
is
know.
okay.
I know why he chose me to introduce it because he didn't want to say the B word. That's what it was.
I want him to say that.
I'm gonna say- he's not gonna say
Nothing's
it.
going to happen.
All right,
So-
if you really want me to say it,
I'll
Yes.
say it.
too bad.
No, come
I'll
on,
say
man.
it. Okay, so we've got a great video from Nova Rex. If you like hot chicks, it's full of hot chicks. It's very typical 80s rock and roll party video. Cool stuff from their album Rock Star Roadshow. The video is Nova Rex, she's a bitch. Because I'll say it. And then we've also got another video from Nova Rex, I don't know. So I don't know, she's a bitch. Coming up right here on the Sound Effects Show.
And there you go, Nova Rex. What was the name of that first video again?
She's a bitch.
What you just saw was I don't know.
She's a bitch.
Be nice now. Be nice.
I just wanted to say it again just to aggravate you. I think Scott should say it too.
She is a bitch. The total bitch.
She's a bitch. Doug, just go ahead and say it.
She's a bitch.
See?
She's a bitch.
See what I got to put up with. It's a good thing I love these guys.
So what do you say if you smash your thumb with a hammer? Golly willikers?
Gosh darn it.
Oh,
Like,
fudge.
Dang it.
I call bullshit.
I'm pretty sure that
I
he
call
goes.
bullshit.
I'm pretty sure he goes. Oh, fudge. I'm pretty sure.
Silly goose.
I'll say frickin' a lot.
You don't tell people that they're swell, do you? Does he go? Does he go? You're really swell. Does he do this too? You're really swell.
You're real swell.
I like to cuddle the heck out of you. Talk dirty to me, baby.
You guys are just jealous.
I'm gonna cuddle the
Greasy
heck
frying
out
pan. Muddy
All right,
water.
so we got to close the show out tonight.
Scott, you see how he cuts us off? We're just getting warmed up here, you know.
Oh, it's only
this is
just
when
begun.
the good stuff comes out, you know. Yeah. And according to what Scott and I think, anyway, right?
Well, yeah, this is getting good.
It's good stuff. It's
Danica says,
entertaining.
"Poor Todd, no swearing on the show."
Oh, jeez.
Don't have really a lot to add.
Trying to embarrass me in front of Danica.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
know about you guys.
I don't think it diminishes you in her eyes somehow. I just got a feeling.
That's a good thing.
Morgan Sullivan, OMG, fudge.
Oh, come on. You can swear in the chat room. As a matter of fact, I encourage it.
Carmen says hello. Carmen Wolf. I don't know how to say the last name. I'm so sorry, Carmen. Says Todd.
Wolf, how you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Used to be in a band with me.
Oh, very cool. Very, very cool.
In fact, he's the one that named my old band Crusade.
Crusade. Good name.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
name.
So we had a very special guest lined up for you for next week. And I've been working on getting him for the show since day one of the sound effect. But he's had a lot of other things going on. And that kept him from being able to be available until now. And so earlier this afternoon, Scott and I were here. Unfortunately, Michelle wasn't able to make it. But we will have the Mountain King himself, Mr. John Oliva of Savatage, on the show next week. Did an interview with him here at Bake More Pies. And he also performed a couple of songs for you. And we're going to be playing those on the show as well. So you are definitely not going to want to miss out on that. No, actually, it is 2 weeks. Yeah,
2 weeks.
The next show. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate that. So,
It's gonna
and
be
that
2
is,
weeks.
spread the word. Be sure to tune in. Watch us in 2 weeks. See, I even wrote that down too, and I just blew it on that one,
Tuesday.
didn't I? Tuesday, August 13th, or actually, it possibly might be Wednesday the 14th, right?
It may be.
We'll
It
find
may
out
be.
from Michelle, and we'll let you know.
Yeah,
So,
maybe. I'm actually, if I get this promotion, I'll actually be in Las Vegas for that day and the next day, maybe. So we're not sure. So
Well, I
maybe.
guess-
So we may
maybe
have to
without
Skype
me.
Michelle
It
in.
might work all right since we have a recorded show.
Yeah,
then,
maybe
so.
without me. So I know
Yeah,
the
you can
guys.
Skype.
I could.
Yeah.
I could say hello.
How about
but,
that?
you know, the thing is that the guys were so excited when I came into the studio today. So just letting you all know, I saw a little of the video that Doug showed me that they took, and it was pretty incredible. So you're
Yeah, it was a
definitely
good-
not going to want to miss it. It's a very cool thing. I'm sorry I missed it, so don't you miss it. So
Yeah. In fact, it's we had such a great interview with him that we're probably going to have to split it into 2 parts because it's pretty long. So,
And
but
it
that-
could have went longer, but we
It
can
could
save
have,
that
but-
for another show
yeah.
because he said he's going to come
he
back.
said he will be back, and he also said he will do it live this time. So glad we're able to
Very
get that.
cool.
And what the heck's going on? So
So we want to thank Bake More Pies for letting us use the studio. I mean, if you guys want any video work done, whether it's a commercial, if you want to do a podcast, they have everything that you need here to get the job done. And in case you need help getting on the map, got a marketing company to boot. So again, thanks a lot, Chords, for everything here at Bake More Pies. And check them out. I mean, go to bakemorepies.com and you can find out a little bit more about the studio and pricing and all that good stuff. And look forward to
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Chords.
thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So we want to say thank you very much to Kenny Wilkerson, bass player, founding member of Nova Rex, for being on the show tonight and for being our very first Skype interview.
Yeah, thank you, Kenny.
Kenny was our
Appreciate that.
first, so thanks for that. So here's the part where I give myself a shameless plug. So be sure to check out my other show. It's on Thursdays, only on Rock Rage Radio. You can go to rockrageradio.com where you can listen directly, or you can download our app for free. You also can catch us on the TuneIn app. My show is called Shaking the Rafters with Michelle, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific, only on Rock Rage Radio. I've been flying a lot, so we're kind of pulling some interviews from the vault. So this week I've got Harry Hess from Harem Scarum, the incredible lead vocalist from Harem Scarum, joining me on Shaking the Rafters with Michelle. That's tomorrow night, 8 p.m., so don't miss it.
Nice. If you want to get yourself healthier, then check out our sponsor at criticallinkedhealth.com and use the code SOUNDEFFECT for 15% off their all-natural products such as CBD, vitamins, and protein powders, and a bunch of other good stuff. And just Eric's a great guy. I've been using their Accelerate and Vitamin D for a couple of weeks now. I've lost 8 pounds, and I've been feeling much better overall. Eric's been helping me out with nutrition and stuff, and that's fantastic. Thank you, Eric, for that. So, check them out. Also, be sure to visit our website, soundeffectshow.com, where you can see previous shows and find out what's coming up on the show calendar. And while you're there, be sure to check out the different links. Click on those. Visit our social media pages. Add us, like us, and subscribe. In fact, if you are not a subscriber to our YouTube page, go to the soundeffectshow.com and click on the YouTube link and subscribe, please, to the YouTube page. And if we can get, I think, maybe 28, 29 more people subscribing there, then we can get our personalized URL for the show, which would be fantastic.
It's a lot easier than go to /L3WL13412345695
Look at
whatever.
Look at my face. You guys, I apologize because I'm looking at myself on this live thing and I think that I just look utterly exhausted. And that's probably because I am. So I know that my voice is energetic, but the rest of me is not matching. So I'm looking at this. I just look a mess, So I do love you guys. I just smile right there. And I am excited to be here. And thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We love you. We appreciate your support of the show.
Absolutely. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in the next 2 weeks, either Tuesday, August 13th or Wednesday the 14th at 8 p.m. with Mr. John Oliva, the Mountain King himself, is going to be on here. So
closing out the show tonight, I've chosen tonight's new music showcase. I have a band. It's called I Prevail, and they're a rock band that's formed out of Southfield, Michigan. They were established back in 2013. They had their debut EP, Heart vs. Mind, that was released December 2014, but they gained popularity actually by posting a cover song by Taylor Swift called Blank Space, and that was YouTube magic back December 1st, 2014. I want to share that particular song, that video with you, and check it out. And again, look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Thanks a lot for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Have a great one.
We love you guys.
We love you very much. Especially you, Danica.
Oh, and thank
Nice to meet you, where you been? I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my god, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. Hey, hey. New money, suit and tie. I can read you like a magazine. Ain't it funny? Rumors fly, and I know you heard about me. So hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport and my hand.
I can make the good girls bad for a weekend.
So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain.
Got a long list of ex-lovers.
I'll tell you I'm missing, 'cause you know I love the players.
And you love the game.
'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far.
It'll leave you breathless.
Or with the nasty scar.
Got a long list of ex-lovers.
I'll tell you I'm missing, but I've got a blank space. nightmare dressed like a daydream. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm easy, 'cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless, we'll take this way too far. It'll lead to breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm easy, but I've got a blank space, baby, and don't write your name. There's only one love, if it's torture, don't say I didn't, don't say I didn't want you. Let's torture, don't say I didn't want you. Let's torture, don't say I didn't want you. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm easy, 'cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless, we'll take this way too far. It'll lead to breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm easy, but I've got a blank space, baby, and don't write your name.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're out for Vail out of Southeast Michigan. Thanks for checking out our cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space.
Check out the video of our debut single, Below.
Keep an eye out. Expect more from us.
Taylor, if you're watching, my number is 248-820-64.
No.
Dude, come on. She can rescind my training.
I told you once, I've told you twice. Stab me in the back and you're gonna pay the price.